Welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as Bunnyfish on Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube. Today is Monday, the 19th of December, 2016, and this is episode 206 short. Grab some sticks and string, come sit with me. How was your week? Mine was busy. This weekend the kids went to their dad's, and I stayed here and worked, so that was really weird. It's not weird because they've been gone over the weekend while I've been working, like with my mom, but having them in a different state, I don't know, it was weird. It was the first time for that, so it was good though. They had fun and I worked, so there's that. I didn't do a lot of knitting though, so that's why this one's going to be short. But first though, the Bunnyfish pattern along is still going on and people are posting their project things. It's closing in on the end of week 3, so you don't have to finish anything during the knit along, just start it and start a project page and you're eligible for prizes. But the more times you post, like every week that you post a project, a progress photo, you get an entry, and for finishing you get an entry. So there's that. I did finish a lot of things. I made cup cozies for my coworkers because they're all junkies, coffee junkies. Tim Hortons or Starbucks pretty much every day. So I made cup cozies because we're all running around and then people are like, oh no, my coffee got cold, and then they reheat it, and like after the second reheat they're just like, oh, this is terrible. So I made cup cozies because they're all crocheted, but crocheted things keep things warmer usually. I used acrylic for all of them because we work at a dog daycare, so at some point someone's going to set it down where a dog's going to get it. So they're machine washable and easy to care for, and also not super expensive so that nobody has to worry if a dog gets theirs. I used mostly singles yarns to make them. Lion Brand Scarfie for purple and red, which you'll see shortly. Well, I guess all of the green ones are Knit Picks worsted. Brava, is that the acrylic one? I don't remember. I had a leftover bit from making a dog sweater, so I used that. All of the yarns were leftover scrappy things so that I didn't have to go out and buy a new skein of yarn, or leftovers that have just been sitting around waiting for something. I did record a short video last week of the ones that I had. Here's a lime green one. And they're all different stitch patterns. And then I made 3 green ones because on the Secret Santa, everybody put down what their favorite color was. So one person put down lime green, one person put down, or 3 people put down green. So this one is just double crochet. These 2 are alternating single crochet and half double crochet, but one has an even number of stitches and one has an odd number of stitches, so the pattern is different. And this is front and back post double crochet, so it gives it a ribbing look. And I took a picture of some of the other ones, but then there are 4, I think, that aren't photographed. Another purple one, a black one, and 2 blue. So I made a lot of cup cozies in the past 2 weeks, but I haven't finished anything else. And I'm not even going to show you any of my works in progress this week because I mean, like, I'll hold this up really quick. Like, I'm just past the toe increases on the supposed to be thigh-high socks. I mean, that could still happen this week. It probably won't. Honestly, this is my least urgent project because my mom will understand. So the mitts are probably twice as long as they were, which is still really short. I haven't gotten to the thumb yet, but those are high priority. I really need to work on the rhombus socks, so those are high priority, even though I haven't touched those in months or something ridiculous. So those are more important than these. I'm just working on these because I don't have to look or think because it's all stockinette, except now I have to look because I said that, obviously. What else? My cowl for myself, I didn't touch. I put a handful of rounds on the talk sock, but not enough to show you. And I don't think that I had anything else that I was working on. So yeah, I'm just not going to show you works in progress this week. I did put a square on my mitered square blanket. It is from Trish. It's yarn that she sent me. Did I ever tell you guys that Trish sent me a package? I feel like I didn't. And she did, and it had turkeys, kits to make turkeys that my kids broke into and then we didn't make because I didn't have appropriate glue, and then they lost some pieces, but it's okay because they made turkeys. And if you look at my mini-sode, which will be published immediately before this one, the finished turkeys are in there, and there's a little shot of them working on the turkeys. But she sent me those for the kids, and by the way, the kids loved them. I don't even remember if I sent you a picture of them making them. I'm really bad about, like, I always intend to take pictures of things, and I'm just not that person. My sister's that person. She's super good about taking the pictures of all the things. I'm not. I'm terrible at it. So she sent me a package that had turkeys for the kids to make, but it also had mini skeins of yarn for me. So anyway, this yarn came from Trish, and it's pinks and purples and just this really light green color. And I really like the squares that pop because they're mostly a different color, but then have a little bit of blue or green in them. I love those squares. I mean, I'm glad that I don't have a whole blanket of those, but the pop is nice every once in a while, like the ones that have orange that pops out. So that is square number 73, and it's on the top edge. I have 10 more in this quadrant, 10 more squares, and then more than 10 in the other. What else? I didn't make a barn racing square, and I didn't make any hexapuffs because I'm a slacker. But I do have lots of new things to show you. Yay, new things! So in continuing on with the gifts from Haley, I am going to, since this is a short episode, I'm going to show you short skeins. Mini skeins! First, I'm going to show you the last bag that she sent me. So I showed 2 last week, and then this is a, can you see the button? A Girl Cave bag, which I don't have any of Susan's yarn bags. I don't have any of Susan's bags. So this is adorable. And is it crazy that when I opened the package and just saw the fabric, I was like, is that a Girl Cave bag? Because I just saw the fabric and I was like, that's got to be it. Without seeing the button, without seeing the cut of the bag at all, I just knew. Haley, did you show me this bag at some point? Like, did I know that this bag belonged to you and so I knew? I don't even know. But I love it. It's so cute. And then there are a ton of mini skeins. So I'll show you what's in the bag first. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because I'm going to use it to hold my loose mini skeins that are going into my mitered square blanket. I have a project bag that has loose mini skeins for hexapuffs, but I would like to keep my mitered square yarn somewhere prettier than just in Ziploc bags. It's not needed, it's just nice, right? So inside the bag, there is this gorgeous set of minis from Another Crafty Girl. I've never worked with Another Crafty Girl's yarn, just drooled over it a lot. So this is the Come and Play mini skein bundle. on Strong Sock, which is superwash merino and nylon. And the colorways are a tutu and barrettes, egad, fairy in training, fiesta la monstrua, numerical vampire, om nom nom, and tickle tickle. I don't know what this is going to be. Probably not. I'm going to say the packages of mini skeins are probably not going to go directly into a blanket. I'm probably going to try to figure out something to make with them, either all together, like all of the sets together, or individual projects that utilize these, like in the vein of Pixel Rising socks. And they are 10 grams each, so 280 yards. So like perfect for fingerless mitts or something. And then I'll use whatever's left over to put in a modular blanket. I also have this super cute set of minis from Penguin Soup, and there is a little, I don't know if you'll be able to see through the plastic, a little penguin stitch marker. No, you can't see it, but that's so cute. This is the Harry Potter mini skein set on Emperor Sock, which is 75 superwash merino and 25 nylon. It's, let's see, I don't know which one is which. I don't know if they're labeled, but the colorways are Harry Potter and the ... Forbidden Forest, Molly Weasley, Avada Kedavra, and No Madge. So you can't even see those through the reflection, but you'll see them when I make something out of them. They're super pretty, and they are 25 grams each, so very big mini skeins. There are also these really cute bundles of minis from Daisy Knits, who is adorable. Jennifer has her own podcast, which is Daisy Knits, and all of her episodes are super short, so it's just a really quick little burst every week, which is nice. And also, she's so cute. So these are on Dewy Sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, and each skein is 87 yards. And I love pink and green together. And they're all slightly different in their dyeing, so I don't know what that wants to be, but something gorgeous. She also sent me her ZK mini skein set, so now I have 2 of them. So Allison sent me a sock pattern, gifted it to me at some point, so I think that I'm going to look at it again and probably make that pattern. The only thing is, one of these skeins, I think it's the yellow one, but I'm not sure. One of them came from Jeanette dyes Sun Valley Fibers, and they mostly dye cashmere skeins, and I don't know if this mini is cashmere or not. I want to say it's the yellow skein, but I have, from when I made the Pikachu hat, I have a yellow skein of Knit Picks, so I might switch that out for this yellow skein, but I'm going to see if it's cashmere or not, cashmere content or not. So now I have 2 of them, so I could make an even bigger project with them. It's probably still going to be socks. How cool would rainbow thigh highs be, right? I should probably do that. Those are all of the bundles, and here's the other skein of the Wildfoot. So she sent me 2 of these. I'm using one in the mitts, and then a little sample from Miss Babs in the Jonquil colorway. And a big mini skein. I could probably make a pair of socks out of this. That seems like a lot of yarn. Maybe I will. That's kind of like boy colors. I can make boy Christmas socks out of that. Maybe that's going to happen. I don't know. And then these 3 mini skeins. And these 2. And this is not a yarn related thing, but a little penguin ornament. Oh my gosh. Look at how cute he is. He's so cute. And as for reading, same as it's been. So The only other thing I have for you is totally just a random blah, blah, blah. Haley and I were talking on Skype sometime last week. I talked about it in my mini-sode. So whatever day that was, we were talking and we have decided two things which are going to be pretty cool. So we usually send each other mini skeins anyway, but next year we're making each other advent calendars. I know, won't that be so fun? That's going to be like the Christmas present next year is advent calendars. So that's going to be super fun because she did the advent blanket knit along thing. She's doing it currently, and I'm not. But I see everybody's pictures on Instagram and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. And I see people open their advent calendars that they've made themselves, or I love the opal advent calendar. So gorgeous. But I haven't done an advent thing, and it would be good to get back into the practice of doing that. So we are going to send each other mini skeins in advent calendar form. That's going to be really fun. And we've decided our New Year's Day cast on. New Year's Eve. I don't know if it's Eve or day. I don't recall. But we've decided what that's going to be, and it's actually going to be crochet projects because we were talking about how everybody's making those crochet granny stripe blankets, and I'm a little obsessed with them. I love them, but I didn't want to start one because I was like, no, I already have a lot of mini skein blankets going. And she was like, yeah, I keep looking at them and I kind of want to make one. And I was like, well, we should probably, or maybe she was like, well, we should probably, I can't remember which of us decided. Maybe it was a joint decision. We've decided that we are going to start granny stripe blankets. I'm going to make mine out of my fingering weight things. So my plan, my current plan is to use whatever, to make a mitered square if it's an appropriate color, and to make, to put it in my barn raising square if I'm going to, and then to make a hexapuff or a few hexapuffs depending on how much I feel that color is appropriate for the boy child, and then use the rest of the scrap in the granny stripe blanket, which will wipe out my mini, the leftover things that I don't want to make a bajillion hexapuffs out of. So that'll be really cool. My plan is to change colors as they run out mid-row, and then at the end of the row, instead of stacking that color on top of itself again, just cut the yarn, which will mean weaving in ends, but I don't mind weaving in ends or crocheting in ends. Doesn't bother me. So that is my plan currently. I don't want big blocks of color. I want it to be really not random, because I'm kind of thinking, I may change my mind, but I'm kind of thinking like not so much like a rainbow stripe, but like a warm colors stripe and then a cool colors stripe, and doing it like that, and then maybe throw in a neutral stripe every once in a while. But not like a stripe, like a chunk of stripes. Random, probably. I don't think I'm going to be like, no, I need 10 warm strips and 10 cool strips and then 10 neutral strips. I don't know. I'm probably just going to chunk that in the blanket, but that's what I'm thinking right now. I haven't decided. And I don't know if the stripes are going to be horizontal or vertical, because that would require too much planning. But I'm pretty excited about that because, I mean, I need another fingering weight blanket, obviously, because the multiple that I'm working on right now are not enough. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome. And I'll get back to the other modular blankets eventually when it's time. Sometimes they just need a break. I did, however, bring up all of the hexapuffs that I've finished since I moved up here, and I'm going to grab my bag of hexapods and start putting the blanket together a little bit. I'm probably not going to go super crazy and make the whole thing because I have Christmas knitting to be done, but I am going to start working on that. That is the plan. Anyway, I hope you made something fantastic with your sticks and string, and I will see you next week. Bye!